my fellow freedom builders, and welcome back to the channel. Very happy new year to all of you. Today's video is about stock of the day. Now, we did that as a bit of an experiment in December, and it was a huge success, at least if we look at the many comments, questions, interactions we had with you. So I will continue doing that. I think I'll do it something like 2 or 3 times per week. And I'll also do a monthly update on how our stock of the day candidates have done. And so far, they're actually doing better than the overall market here. The market is a bit red starting out. And I have screened, as always, for US stocks. I'm looking for a TPI trend, the long-term trend going up, a weekly TPI in oversold, either going down or up, but oversold. And then an estimated upside. If the analysts are correct, then an estimated upside over the next couple of years at least 10%. I've also put a market cap in at least $20 billion. We could easily search for some smaller stocks, but I am looking for a bit larger ones here. And I am going through this. I've gotten some questions on how do I pick them, and it's a bit of a subjective thing. I go through them, and today I have found the Adobe systems. I guess you know them. That is software IT services, and you might have used some of their services at one point or another. Now, right now, if we're looking at it, it has had a fantastic uptick here over, well, it is most of 2003 actually. Also back in 2002, it has gone up something like 107%. But this indicates that there is more fuel in the tank. Now, right now, you could say that it is diving down and it is reaching a support area here. But let's have a quick look at it in the MyStockScanner. Because in here, first of all, if we're looking at it, just remember it has a price earning at around just below 50, which is insanely high. And we will play a bit around with the numbers to see if we still have a reasonable upside if this drops. We can see that return on capital, return on equity are very high, and operating margins also very high, as they often are with these software companies. The Petrosky score, the F score here, is very good. Oldman C score, meaning the risk of bankruptcy, well, the risk of bankruptcy is almost non-existent here, and the analysts are actually very much towards buy or strong buy. Has been a bit of drop in the estimates here lately, but nothing that really concerns me. Now, if we are looking at our estimates here, they are showing some very good growth in the 15 to 20% over the next couple of years here. So let's try and have a look at it. First of all, the TPI chart shows that we are in green and we are in oversold. We can see that in the screener with the little arrows on them. We are working on a solution also to show that here in the TPI chart, but it is where we want it to be. It's also actually in the triple green, as I sometimes use, where we have a dark green here in the daily, in the weekly, and in the long-term trend. But let's have a look at the valuation chart, which is fairly interesting here. Now, when we're looking 3 years ahead now, we're actually looking at almost 3 calendar years. At the end of the year, we were going towards the next earnings dot here, so that was most of the time only roughly 2 years ahead. But right now, we are actually looking almost 3 years ahead. Now, what we can see the estimates are, let's just put 15% in here, that is the 3rd year, and then put in roughly 50 in price earning. Now, if that holds through, if we get the earnings estimate growth that is estimated, and we get a price earning at around 50, where it is now, we can see a 90% growth in the stock price over the next 3 years. Now, is that likely? Well, no one knows, and I shouldn't be the one to predict anything 3 years out in the future, but let's try and play around a bit with this, because if, for instance, we say that the price earning will only be 40, it drops from 50 to 40, well, we'll still see a 50% rise in stock prices in 3 years, which is reasonable. What about the 30 here? We'll still see a 12.5%. So if it drops from 50 to 30 in the price earning, we still have a reasonable setup here. Now, what if in the third year it actually doesn't grow as much? What if it goes to 0? Well, if it goes to 0 and doesn't grow in the third year at all, well, then we will see a slight fall, almost a break even here. So we can actually dump the third year growth down to 0%, cut the price earning from 50 down to 30, and we still have almost a break even here. So that is good enough for me. As you know, I don't trust the analysts too much, to be frank with you. But I do like to start out with the estimates and then say, okay, what if we think worst case? What if things go a lot worse than we had expected? Cut a lot of the price earning, cut a lot of the earnings growth, and see if we still have a reasonable case. And in this case, where we really think worst case here, we still have a kind of a draw here. That is okay with me. And at the same time, we can see that the TPI chart is where we want it to be. Now, looking at the charts, you could say that might be a bit of a retracement more into this, and the market is a bit in red. So I couldn't say if we were going down, let's say we go down to this area, that is a couple of percent. What about this bottom down here? Well, there might be a 10% drop. Actually, no one knows. But there is a fundamental help in here. There is an analyst estimates help in the stock movement here over the next couple of years. And we also are at an area where the TPI shows that, at least from a statistical point of view, we ought to start going up soon. We can see in the pre-market, we actually drops around 1% more today. But again, no one knows how the day, the week, the month, or the year will end. So we are playing on statistics, and the Adobe is actually not the worst place to place a bet. All right, that's all for now. And I will keep pumping these stock of the day videos out so you can see how I am using the MyStockScanner, looking at the TPI chart and the valuation chart to get the best possible setup. That's all for now. Take care of yourself and your money out there. I'll speak to you again shortly. Bye.